Liquid Eye Water Housing Systems is always at the design table, researching and developing cutting-edge water housings and accessories for our customers. I'm Dave at Liquid Eye Water Housing Systems, and in this tutorial, I'll first point out the major differences between our models and guide you through the necessary steps for preload and loading your camera and lens into your water housing. Currently, Liquid Eye makes 3 different styles of backload water housings that differ in how they mount your camera inside the housing. For convenience, we'll call them types 1, 2, and 3. There are slight differences when loading cameras into these housings, so let's check them out. The first type we'll discuss uses factory-mounted positioning chocks that vary depending on your camera brand and model. The second type uses a camera tray that attaches to the bottom of your camera and then slides into a base plate mounted to the floor of the housing. The third type of housing uses molded tabs to position your camera. Our models C2060 and C2500 are our Type 1 housings that use factory-mounted positioning chocks. These housings require only the provided 5mm hex key to install the backplate. No other tools are required. Both housings are designed allowing the water housing to be upgraded or converted to house different supported camera models using our conversion kit. The C2060 supports the Sony a7 II, a7 III, and a9 cameras. The C2500 supports the Canon 1DX Mark I, Mark II, Mark III, as well as the Nikon D5. The biggest difference between these two models is that the C2060 has a camera power on-off control and ability to turn the power off once the camera is loaded. The C2500 doesn't. The C2500 for the Nikon D5 also requires you to preset your shooting mode preference. This dial cannot be accessed once sealed into the housing. The C2500 for the Canon 1DX series cameras has that control to set and change the mode. The Type 2 housings are our models C2100 and C2050. These two models require a flathead screwdriver to attach the camera tray, which is a necessary component. It's located in your housing and attaches exactly the same way as a tripod quick release plate to the bottom of your camera. Before attaching this tray, it's suggested that you load a fully charged battery into the camera. The tray will block access to the battery door on some camera models. It's also necessary to set your shooting mode to your preference, which can't be changed once sealed into the housing. These housings are also designed to allow them to be upgraded or converted to different camera models using a conversion kit. And finally, the Type 3 housings. These have built-in positioning tabs, and most are designed specifically for one individual model of Sony a6000 series cameras. There's one exception. The C6300 housing for the a6300 camera can be converted to accept the a6400 camera. This model has the ability to turn off the power after the camera is loaded and has access to all major camera functions. If you're considering purchasing this model and plan to upgrade your camera, for example, a Sony a6000 to a a6500, or even to the Sony a7 II or 7 III series, we recommend purchasing our C2060, which can be upgraded with a conversion kit. This housing also allows you to use a wider variety of zoom and prime lenses. Now, let's check out the basic preload checklist for all the water housing models. Take off all camera accessories, neck strap, eye cup, and lens filters. Insert a fully charged battery and a memory card, then attach your supported lens to the camera body. If you're attaching a zoom lens with gear sleeve, you can check out this video for more on that. Turn on the camera's power and attach the camera plug to the camera. Check your port O-ring to make sure it's clean and free of debris. Also check that it's not twisted and that it's sitting properly inside the groove. Check the main O-ring the same way. If you own the Sony a6000 series camera or even the a7 II, a7 III, a9, check out this video on how to save battery life with some setting tips. Alright, your camera is now ready to be loaded. When loading the C2060 and C6000 series housings, you must turn the housing power switch to the on position, which is straightforward. When loading the Type 1 and Type 3 housings, simply slide the camera with lens attached into the housing. For the C2100 and C2050, attach the camera tray, then slide the camera into the base plate, which sits inside of the housing. Always remember to never force anything. A properly ready-to-load camera should slide into the housing with minimal effort. Attach the camera plug to the 3-pin connector and tuck the cable into the housing. Next, attach the control plate by tightening the hex bolts in a crisscross pattern a few turns at a time. Once tightened, check to see that you're getting a good seal. Now you're ready to attach the lens port. The port should spin on with little effort and reaching a stopping point beyond which some effort is required to further tighten it. From this point, turn the port tighter another 180 degrees. It's possible to tighten it further, but it will be more difficult to remove. Before taking your housing in the water with the camera installed, first test it without your camera and lens to see that you have correctly assembled your housing. If possible, subject the housing to conditions similar to your planned shooting conditions. Now, you're ready to swim out and get some epic water shots. Alright, and that's it. Please leave us a comment below if you have any questions, or you can contact us directly through our website at liquideye.net. Thanks for watching, and before you leave, do us a favor by hitting the subscribe button below. Now, go get your camera set and loaded, and as always, happy shooting.